into episode number 20. We would like to share that we have partnered with the Hockey Pod Network. We're super excited. We mentioned it a little bit later in the episode, but we do just want to let you guys know that we have partnered with them, and yeah.
We're pretty excited. But they have a bunch of cool podcasts under them already, and super excited to kind of collaborate and work with those guys on making our product a little bit better. And
yeah, but so just before we kind of hop into the episode, we just kind of want to share what we got going on, and yeah. Now, without further ado, episode number 20. Folks, I don't even know where to begin right now. It is September 9th.
Wow.
September 10th.
Did you go to class today?
September 10th. Last time we posted one of these was it with Dallin or was it with Wetch?
It was Wetch.
It was Wetch.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. That was basically all you need to know.
Way too long ago. Nonetheless, we are on episode number 20. Who would have thought?
It's about 10 farther than I thought we'd make it.
Yeah,
so
no doubt. We got a few things to talk about. I guess we're gonna kind of recap summer. It was pretty tame, nonetheless. Talk about Vegas. We're gonna talk about the draft. We're gonna talk about free agency. We're gonna talk about Holinka. We're gonna talk some football because it's back, and we're gonna lead off with none other than our favorite hockey league in the world. The PWHL has some logos, and it's got team names.
Mm-hmm.
Luke, you got them pulled up so far away.
Before we start, I'm just going to say that I am a huge fan of the American teams.
Yeah, Canada missed the mark.
Yeah, I think Canada missed the mark a little bit. Albeit, I'm really excited to see that they have logos and team names that we can start cheering for instead of just cities.
Yeah, I'm tired of saying I love Minnesota. Because, I don't like Minnesota. I don't like the Twins. No. I don't like the Wild.
Let's start with Minnesota's team, though, because they're one of my favorites. Their logo, I think, is sick. It's the Frost.
Yeah, that's
Minnesota Frost.
See, we're good at winning stuff, and we make cool logos. So, shout out Minnesota and the Frost, and not the Wild or the Twins. Or the Vikings, actually. I'm going to stop right there, actually.
Dylan's going to get angry.
Sorry.
We don't need Dylan getting angry.
Sorry.
And then my second favorite, or my top two, Minnesota Frost, and then the Boston Fleet. I really like theirs. Yeah, and I like the way their logo. It's basically the Whalers logo flipped on its side, and I love the Whalers logo. So I was just a big fan of the Boston Fleet one. Then we've got the New York Sirens. I think great nod to just New York's kind of
NYPD, baby.
Yeah, just a nod to New York and half decent logo. They did the job. Mm-hmm. Montreal, French word. I think it's the French word for victory.
Yeah.
Logo sick.
Them damn Frenchies.
Yeah. The logo's sick, though. I'll give them the logo, but, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of just naming your team the Victory.
Because they didn't do much of it.
No.
At all.
No. So, we'll see how that goes, but the team color's not bad. Hopefully we get some cool jersey concepts. I'm excited to see jersey concepts.
Yeah, I hope to see, people actually play with the logo. Maybe get some alternates in there, so on and so forth.
But we don't need too much too fast.
No.
Then the Toronto Scepters. Weird name. Different. Not a terrible logo.
Mm-mm.
And then easily the team that missed the mark the most, Ottawa.
Color me shocked.
Yeah, the Charge. I saw a post the other day. It was like the Flames and the Cavaliers logo had a baby. And
yeah, it looks like a Beyblade almost.
But all the worst parts of the Beyblade we remember.
Yeah, because Beyblades were cool.
They were awesome.
This just isn't cool.
No, they were not great, but American teams, you nailed it.
Yeah, shout out the Americans. They did it again.
Yep.
They're damn good at it.
Yep. Montreal, I hope we get some cool jersey concepts. Toronto, never know what Toronto's going to do. And Ottawa, just try and salvage it a little bit. Maybe a cool alt logo.
Yeah, I mean... I don't have a
Anyways, we're excited for that season to start.
Yeah, I'm actually... I don't even know when it does start. That's what I was looking for, nonetheless. We say it's our favorite league in the world, and I don't know anything about it, apparently.
Just slacking.
I'm slacking, because I'm the worst.
That's okay. We'll figure it out. We'll keep you guys updated on that league, because...
Yeah, we'll keep you posted.
Because we're going to rock with that one, but...
Yeah, it'll be on the TV, no doubt.
All the time. Do we want to move into the draft?
Yeah, you have your draft winners and losers.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the Vegas experience?
I think we should a little bit. We
okay.
We went to Vegas. We posted a video from there talking about our draft picks. We tried to guess the first round. How many did we get right?
I think I was pretty close to the top 5, and then after that, I was total yard sale.
I think I had 3, right?
Yeah.
Total. And one of them was Celebrini. And the other was Branzik Nygaard.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was somehow the only pick I got right.
Yeah, that was good.
Which was wild. But, and Tej. I had Tej right.
Really?
Yeah.
You got Tej to Utah?
I think so. I think they were high on. No, I didn't, because I had Catton. I think I either had Catton or Tej right.
Maybe.
I think it was Catton. I don't remember.
It was so long ago.
Doesn't matter. It was a long time ago, and I stunk, and Dylan was slightly better, but also not great. But now that it's over, we're going to talk about the Vegas experience. The Sphere was super cool.
Sphere is the coolest building, maybe in all of North America.
Yeah, we sat in the kind of, like, there's 4 levels. We sat in the 3rd level, which was really high. You really appreciate the size of the screen when you're sitting there that high. And just the graphics, like, when we walked into the Sphere at the start of the night, it was just a rectangle on this big circular screen. We're like, hey, this might be terrible.
Yeah.
Might not be very good. And then all of a sudden it was like, bang! And it just got rolling and the whole screen was lit up. And
yeah, it was nuts. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was crazy. And
everything about it was super cool. The production, everything. The NHL did a good job with it.
Yeah. And then day 2, we went and sat closer to all the players. And
yeah, that was pretty cool too. Sit down on the floor, you see all the teams. That's the last year they're gonna do it. All the teams aren't gonna be there anymore. So
it was really cool. And then we went and took in, before Dylan got there, me and my family went and took in like the red carpet kind of for the NHL awards, and being able to sit there and watch like McKinnon and Makar walk by, and then all the Hughes walk by. And honestly, the coolest part was like, honestly, the GMs and the guys that were like John Cooper when he walked by. It was insane.
You're a nerd. Hey?
Yeah. Oh, I loved it so much.
You're a nerd.
When the coaches walked by, those were big reactions. And then being able to see, like, I think Hellebuck was there. And yeah, man, that was really cool.
That is sick.
Yeah, that was fun. And then other than that, it was hot.
So, like, hot doesn't even begin to describe how hot it was. And yeah, like, you get there. We got there Thursday night. Kind of got ready, stayed at the hotel, and then 9 o'clock rolled around. We're like, let's go hit the Strip. I'm like, cool, it'll have cooled down by then. Nope.
Didn't cool down.
It was hot.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine being in like a suit there, like all the players were.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
No, I'd be sweating right through it. You would see some greasiness coming out of my head. But
speaking of his head,
I'm a tennis ball now. I'm no longer bald.
Yeah, no, it's coming in nice.
It's getting in a little thicker. I got to get her trimmed up, actually, give it some shape, you know?
Yeah, shape it up. Looking raggedy.
Yeah, it's looking a little ratchet right now. But we'll talk about the draft winners and losers. Don't got too much else to talk about before we hop into the interview, which is Ethan Semeniuk today.
Yeah,
we also forgot to say that.
WHL champion.
Yep.
Yeah, Ethan. I played hockey with Ethan for like a year or two. Obviously, way better than I was and still is. So, but he's great. He gave us pretty good info about the Memorial Cup and the WHL playoffs and so on and so forth, and kind of how that all worked. So, yeah, we'll hop into that after we kind of talk about the draft.
Yeah. So, winners and losers. I'm gonna go through the list. Dylan can debate me whenever he wants. My number 1 winner was the San Jose Sharks, and they were ripping on me because I said because of their other picks, but obviously you get Celebrini at 1, huge win there, and then getting Dickinson in the first round as well. Like, I thought that guy could have been a top 6 pick.
Easily.
And where'd they pick him up? Like 10?
11. 10, 11.
Yeah, and then they picked up Chernyshov and Celine Wallenius and WWE rockstar Carson Wedge.
Disneyland enthusiast.
Yeah.
Carson Wedge. Shout out him for going to California.
Yeah.
Because he's way closer.
He got to go to Disneyland.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yep. Good for him. And then Colton Roberts in the 5th round is a great value pick.
Steal.
Like, to me, they had cleaned up.
Yeah, they did wonders.
Yeah.
You said I could debate you at any time. I have no complaints about that first pick from you.
Yeah. The other one I saw that got a lot of really positive praise was the Flames. And after looking, I probably agree. Because getting Parekh, he's just going to be a dog for them. Just such a good offensive defenseman. Gridden.
I don't know anything about him.
So. No, but he seemed sick in the highlight tapes.
Weird, hey?
Crazy how that works.
Seems really good.
And they got Bashaw in the 2nd round.
They got Bashaw.
Which, big fan of Bashaw and the way he plays. I think he'll be really... And local boy. He's from Calgary.
Yeah.
And then they picked up Henry Muse and Battaglia, too.
Yeah, I like Henry Muse a lot.
Yeah. And Battaglia was just a grinded out type player. And
I think Calgary did a pretty good job.
Yeah. Yeah. There's that guy who does all those underlying stats, and he was saying that they did a really good job, and he's really high on his stuff. We'll find out if they did good. We'll look back in a couple years and see pretty quick.
We'll figure out.
I'm going to shout out Seattle for going WHL heavy before I get into my last winner, because we love the WHL around here.
Yeah.
And they've WHL heavy the last 3 or 4 years. They had a really good draft last year with the WHL, getting Dragicevic and Caden Price in late rounds. And then this year, getting Cadden. Awesome pick. And then they had a lot of other WHL guys too. Julius Mettinen went out there. Minnesota is on my winners list.
Yeah.
And it goes hand in hand with Philadelphia being a loser. Because Minnesota traded up to 12 to get Zeev Boyum. And I was really high on Boyum going into the draft. And I think that was a great move for them to trade up.
I had Boyum going 3rd.
Yeah, I had him going high. And I have Philly losing because they traded out of Boyum. I don't care if they don't need a defenseman. That is a value pick, and there was a tier drop off at 12.
Yeah, that's a guy you want creeping into the teens, and to look at it and go, we're good, was, I think, a pretty shocking piece in the draft. So
I didn't even look at the rest of Philly's draft before I called them a loser. I just saw that they traded from 12 to 13 and was like, yep, you guys are losers, and that's just they called it a day.
They lost pretty early.
But Minnesota a winner, trading up to get Boyum, and then picking Richie. He's a very dynamic player, and then Kiva Harju in the 4th, and I had him going late first round. So
yeah,
that's another hopefully great value pick, unless there's something the teams knew about that we didn't know about. But
yeah, Mr. Guerin did a great job this year in Vegas. Value, trading up to get, in my eyes, a generational defenseman, you could say. Maybe not.
Jace is here, by the way, behind camera.
Jace is behind camera. He's a Philly fan, but maybe he's not generational, but he is a very, very elite defensive prospect. So one of those guys to see a team trade out of that spot to pick him is pretty crazy. So yeah, I agree though. Minnesota did a great job.
Yeah, and I'm guessing by then that you're on board with Philly being a loser.
Yeah, I think it's funny.
Yeah, me too. Okay, and then. 2 of the worst hockey markets in the world, Edmonton and Toronto. I also have losers.
Yeah, I didn't understand why Edmonton traded into the first round. That was, made no sense. I don't think Sam O'Reilly's a bad player. No. I just didn't understand why you had to. They could have probably got him in the second.
Yep. Well, either could have got him in the second, or just like, what real value does Edmonton have trading into the first?
Yeah.
Other than maybe they're looking for a prospect to flip at the deadline,
perhaps,
just so that you can call it a first round pick. But to me, like, you're outside of that top 16, top 20. Like, once there's outside of that top 20, and this year for me that top 12, that NHL percentage goes way down.
Yeah,
like you're not picking locks. You're not picking lock for first round prospects anymore. That I just don't see a reason to trade up into that first round. And then obviously missing a lot of other draft picks. They just didn't have a lot of depth. And I tried to leave most of the teams off of here that didn't have a lot of draft picks, just because it's hard to judge someone's draft when they don't have a lot of picks, and I don't hate Vegas' style of trading away all your picks.
Yeah.
And then Toronto, nothing against Ben Danford, just there was no other real value elsewhere, and probably could have done better trading that first round pick away.
Yeah, I think that was, it seemed to kind of be the consensus in this year's draft, was to trade and get value back. Lots of teams did it, and other teams didn't, and I don't think it was bad either way to do so or not. But yeah, there are some teams that just didn't get any more value in the second to seventh round. So
yeah, I agree. And then Toronto, honestly, really not that terrible to be in the loser side for them. They it's just Toronto. What can I say?
And their prospect pool really isn't that bad.
No, we'll see once they trade Nick Robertson away.
Yep,
that's a later topic for us.
That's a topic.
And then the other big event of the summer, well, other than free agency, but that's after the interview. Hlinka we'll touch on briefly before we go into the interview. Mm-hmm. Shout out Jesse.
Yes.
The ref that we had on did wonders when ref the Hlinka games. He looked really good out there. That's a pretty cool opportunity to go ref the international hockey. And from what I saw, he did really well. And I think he ended up doing the bronze game. Yeah. Don't quote me on that. I was pretty sure that was what it was.
I'm fairly certain it was the bronze game.
Yeah. So super happy for him. And
yeah, props to him. That's anytime you get to go be at an international competition, whether you're playing or reffing, it's obviously super cool and super cool experience to him. So we just wanted to show him out because that's awesome for taking the next step into his career. So
yeah. And then how well do you remember the gameplay? I don't remember it at all.
It was, I don't know, it kind of went by so fast.
Yeah, busy while we're all working and.
Yeah, it was.
The only thing I've taken from it is Ivan Kovic possibly the next great goalie, Canadian goalie.
Yes, I remember the games. It was. Nope, I lied. I'm thinking of U18s.
I know, that was where I went to, and all I went to was Trevor Connolly choking for the States, but I'm like, he's too old to be in that tournament.
Thinking of the States, sorry. U18s was kick-ass, though. But, yeah, Hlinka was... It was only a hop, skip, and a jump away from Calgary, so...
Yeah, I'll wear that one, because I was an hour and a half away, and I didn't make it up there.
What happened, boys?
I asked Dad a few times, and I was too cheap to go pay for tickets.
I understand. It's hard life.
Did watch some of it. Ivan Kovic looked really good. Came home with another gold.
Yep.
McKenna
looked good.
McKenna looked good. I mean, when does he not look good?
It's hard to say.
Matt Hat's going to be a wagon this year. We're not even talking Dub today, but no. Matt Hat's going to be a scary team.
Dub's creeping up, though, nonetheless. So.
Yeah, they are. Probably next episode, right before their regular season starts. Anyways. Game's after.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay. No game.
Nope, game is after the interview, but we're going to end talking about the WHL. We're going to kick it over to
Mr. Ethan Semeniuk, WHL champion of the Moose Jaw Warriors.
This show is brought to you by BetterHelp. When you're younger, you're always in school learning different things, but as you get older, that time kind of fades away as life gets busy. I know when I was in therapy that taking that time to learn things about myself helped me a ton, and if you guys are looking to try therapy, try it out at betterhelp.com/THPN. for a 10% discount code. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/THPN.
All right, folks. We are back. Hiatus, but we're back. We are joined by WHL champion and forward of the Moose Jaw Warriors from Fort St. John, British Columbia, Ethan Semeniuk. Thank you so much for hopping on the pod.
Thanks, guys.
Fire away.
First off, you just got back. Well, you ended the year last year at the Memorial Cup. You guys didn't get the result you wanted, but what was the tournament like? Getting a tournament play at that high of a level?
It's a lot different. I mean, it's a week long too. It's tight. Like you're always doing stuff. But it was, I don't know. It was fun for sure. And yeah, it was awesome, to be honest. Like. It's a lot different. Like it kind of takes you back to like tournament days, like minor hockey. It's kind of like the exact same as that. Yeah.
So we jumped into hockey. We'll get your mind off hockey for a bit because I'm sure you're gonna ramp up here in a little bit with training camp. Obviously you guys went deep into the playoffs, went to the Memmer. What was the offseason like? Obviously the offseason started a little bit later. So what was the training regimen like, and what did you kind of get after in the summer?
Yeah, it was short. I mean, like I was hurt like going into the playoffs and stuff. So my summer actually wasn't like that long, I would say. Like I know lots of guys took off like major time to just rest and like recover. But since I was out for like the last month of the season, I kind of turned it around pretty quick, and I was in the gym like week and a half after. Obviously, I didn't skate until the last month or whatever, but it was quick.
Yeah. Recovering from injuries are tough, but you feeling all right, ready to go for the year?
Yeah, I feel good. Yeah, hopefully I got that all sorted out and good to go.
All right. Well, injury talk sucks. Did you get up to anything exciting over the summer? Anything fun?
Went to the lake a couple times. Nothing like we didn't have lots of time, right? So. Yeah. Tough to get in like an actual vacation, right? Like tough to plan it when you don't know when you're gonna end. But no, I just went to the lake a couple times. I made it back to Fort St. John for a day to visit my grandparents, and then I just hung out around Calgary. There's lots to do there, so
yeah, it's pretty hard to go wrong in Cowtown. Definitely lots going on there. But we talked about the Memorial Cup. You guys started the playoffs against the Wheat Kings. then went through Swift, so on and so forth. What was like the mental grind and the battle like when it comes to the WHL playoffs?
Yeah, it's tough. There's a lot of good teams and a lot of like physical teams. Like it's never really easy. Although, sometimes we did make it look easy, but
sure did against Brandon.
That's for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's a grind. And like, I mean, it's better that you kind of know, like, beforehand that you're supposed to like go far. So it's a little easier to kind of wrap your head around the fact, like, hey, I'm not going to be going home, playing golf and going to the lake in April and May, right? But um, but no, it's a grind, and like the WHL is not easy. Like it's like Swift was a good team, Portland was a good team, Brandon was good. Lucky they didn't have Henry. That wouldn't have been fun. Portland was good. I mean, like, yeah, we had a good team, so it made it feel a little bit easier, but it's definitely a grind.
Yeah, you guys got through Brandon and Swift relatively unharmed, but Saskatoon going to Game 7 overtime, what was that like?
Yeah, it was crazy, and like we had 6 overtimes in that series. Like it was ridiculous. Like when someone would score in overtime, it was just like, thank God this game's over. Like it was like it's ridiculous, but no, like that's the type of games you want to be in, though, right? Like that's long and hard, but it's like, well, obviously when you win, it makes it all worth it. But
what was it kind of like? And sorry, I cut you off.
No, you're good.
What was the energy like? You guys are tied after the third in Game 7. You go to locker room, applaud, get ready for overtime. What's like the message that's being sent like within the group?
I don't know. We were kind of just like that. We were kind of just thinking we've been here 6 times already. Like, I mean, it's not really any different. And we just go out there and play hockey, and whatever happens, happens. Yeah.
And then once you guys get past Saskatoon in the final, you guys get to fly, right?
Yeah.
What was that like? Where you're actually getting to fly for games?
Yeah, it's sweet. I mean, honestly, like we didn't have. I guess we didn't have the best experience, I would say. Like we were flights delayed and like planes not coming and stuff, but like being on the actual plane, it's sweet, right? And honestly, going to Portland was because Regina Airport's like whatever, but going to Portland, like you got like the private hangars, right? Like you barely go through security. You just basically hop on the plane, throw your bag under, like yeah. So it's pretty sweet, but yeah, it definitely beats riding a bus for 15 hours.
Yeah, that's a grind.
Yeah.
What was I gonna ask about? Just the teams you kind of played. Obviously, Portland was the big dog out west, and then Stoon was kind of the big dog in the east. But so are you guys. Obviously, you look at it when you hear people talk about it. The other teams you played were maybe favorited. What was that kind of like? Just rolling those teams, like it wasn't really close in either. Well, I guess Game 7, but the WHL final wasn't really close in the grand scheme of things. What was that kind of like going to Portland and just take easy games?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like we were relaxed the whole time. Like we had no pressure, and like even though we knew we were supposed to win, we could easily win. It was like I don't know. We had the guys to do it, and all the guys were great and like chill. Like I got a couple stories of how chill we were, but it's like there was no pressure whatsoever. So it was easy to go into those games and just play hockey, and then it resulted obviously in us winning some games. But yeah,
Yeah, those Portland games, you guys, they look like you guys dominated when we were watching.
Yeah, I mean the last two in Moose Jaw were, I mean anybody could have won those. Like I don't think we played nearly as good as we could have, but after the first 2 games in Portland, they had nothing left. Like they were pretty sure that they were going to lose. So that made it a lot easier the next 2 games. But
yeah, I don't think they were expecting to be in that situation, losing 2 at home.
No, they weren't. And yeah.
But then you end up going to the Memorial Cup. Was there a big difference when you get to play the OHL and the Q teams compared to the WHL teams?
Yeah, for sure. Like I don't know, it's such a weird format of a tournament. Like I don't know if you can like ever be ready for it. I honestly think like if you want to win the Mem Cup, you have to not care about winning the dub, like whatsoever. If you care all about winning the WHL, like you pretty much already lost the Mem Cup. Like it's
You're right. The tournament itself is really weirdly formatted. So
yeah, and like it is weird, but it's I don't know. It's just a tough like you go from tons of games, tons of series, like one game really doesn't matter, and then all of a sudden it's like one game is do or die, right?
Yeah, just a completely different mindset when you're heading into a game.
Yeah, and we were always the team that kind of like sandbagged the first game or like sandbagged the first period or the second period, right? Like even in the Mem Cup, if you were watching like the first game, we didn't even touch the puck for 2 periods and then scored 4 goals in 5 minutes in the third. Like
yeah,
it's just I don't know how we were. But
completely different squad in the third.
Yeah, it was just like which is frustrating, but it's like I don't know, just how we were.
Yeah, especially if that's how the team dynamic is. The Mem Cup is not like that at all. You got to play 12 periods of hockey that you're ready to go.
Yeah, and like I don't want to say it's like a trap, but like I mean I don't know if this is probably the best thing to say, but like the hotel and stuff we were staying at, like there was nothing you couldn't do at that hotel. Like we were staying out of town, and there was mini golf in the basement, laser tag in the basement, arcade in the basement, a golf course 100 meters away, a town 100 meters away that's just all tourists and people hanging out, and like it was,
They set you up.
Yeah,
they knew what they were doing.
Free tokens to the arcade, free rounds of free wristbands to the water park that's across the road. Like, come on.
Saginaw, they were like, we know what we got to do with these Western boys.
Yeah, they're living at their billet. Yeah, they're living at billet houses, just hanging out, doing the normal thing. Everybody else is in hotels, going to water parks and stuff.
It's like when all the NHL boys roll through Vegas. It's just too many distractions.
Literally, yeah. In between games, everyone's playing golf. And then the food there too, like the whole hotel, they put out like, I'm not even kidding, like 10 different flavors of like soda that we don't have in Canada. So then everyone, like every meal, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, everyone's like sucking back like 2 different types of soda they've never tried before, and like, yeah.
That's slimy. From Saginaw. That's brutal.
I know, yeah.
You guys are losing then some of your big dogs from last year, but you guys still have a really solid core. What are kind of your expectations going into the season, and like how do you handle that, and probably getting some new rookies coming in?
Yeah, we have a lot of young guys. I mean, I don't know. It's besides last year when we were all older guys. Like you always have young guys. Like it's how the league works. It's how every league works, right? So it'll be good. Like they just need to get some games, under their belts, and then I think we'll be fine. And then obviously, like the start of the year when everybody like guys are at camps and stuff, it'll be a good experience for lots of the young guys to get to play and get to play more. But no, I think like you said, I think we're solid. Like we still got some good players, and like I don't know. I think we'll be in playoffs for sure. I would hope, right? Like that's obviously Matt Hat's going to be a wagon, but no, I think we'll be a good team in the East. Like I think we'll be good team in the East.
Yeah, you kind of said it. Like after Medhat's gonna be unreal this year, but after Medhat, like 2 through 6, honestly, no idea what's gonna happen.
Yeah, no, it's up for grabs for sure.
Yeah, the East is gonna be a battle this year for sure, and I think it's really kind of anybody's 2 through 6. You can find yourself anywhere, so I wouldn't be surprised if Moose Jaw finds himself back in the playoffs.
Yeah.
What else can we go to here? I feel like we've touched on most of the hockey stuff. We've probably picked your brain way too much here. Obviously, not this summer because you were too busy winning the Dub, going to the Memmer. Any other summer, what kind of hobbies you getting up to? What are you doing to kill the time from season to season?
Fishing, hiking. I just recently started golfing, so that'll be on the agenda for next summer. Lake, I don't know, pretty basic stuff, pretty much what everybody else does. Don't do anything special. But
hey, as long as you're taking the time to relax and getting ready to go for the next season, that's what matters.
Yeah.
We're gonna go aside from the Memorial Cup because of how awesome that was. Yeah. What's your favorite hockey memory kind of growing up and when you're in minor?
I don't know. I got a lot of memories.
I'm sure you went through a lot of stuff with hockey.
Yeah.
You've been playing a while.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's a tough one.
Sorry, we didn't mean to stump you. We didn't want you to think this hard. I thought we threw a new layup.
Favorite hockey memory? Man, I don't even know, honestly.
That's fine. You can hit the skip button.
Yeah, I might have to skip button on that one.
That's good.
Too many things to think about on that one.
Okay, I hope this one's not too hard because you've probably played with some funny guys over the year. Who's the funniest guy you've been around in the locker room or throughout hockey, wherever?
I feel like I'll just go with the easy one, like the Furcus Circus. He's a funny guy. I mean, actually, there's a couple guys that come to mind. Furcus is definitely like he fits the name, right? The Furcus Circus, but he's a funny guy. Back on Vancouver, I don't know if you guys would know him, but and his name's Nico Camisola. Played for us for a couple of years and then went to Tri-City, but he was unbelievably funny, like all-time guy. That's probably my top two. Those are the first two that come to mind, so they must be the best ones.
Yeah, they have to be the best ones if they're the first ones you think about. Go ahead, take it. It's fine.
No, I will give it to you. You can ask him.
All right, I appreciate it. I'm huge into hockey sticks. What was your favorite stick growing up or recently? What's the one you think about the most?
Again, two come to mind. I think you can't go wrong with an Easton back when they still made them, like back when I was real young. But like of the, I guess you would call them like more recent, one that's still around or not still around. But I love the Bauer. What was it? 1X Light, the Bauer 1X Light.
Lots of the boys bring that one up.
Yeah, that was an all-time stick. I don't know why they ever stopped making that one. That was all time.
Yeah, the 1N, the 1S, and the 1X. Yeah. That was like peak Bauer. They couldn't mess with those three.
No.
Are you really going to ask that one?
No, that was just there.
Okay. Okay. Do you have anything off top of your head?
No, that's pretty much all I got.
All right. Well, thanks, dude. This was awesome. We appreciate it a lot.
Yeah, sorry it took so long. Like last year in playoffs and everything. And then I was thinking in the summer too, like I was thinking if I came to Fort St. John or like I don't know where you guys are right now, but I was thinking maybe if I caught you in Fort St. John, that would work, but
yeah, we're back in Calgary now. But you said you're up there for a day. So it probably wouldn't have worked anyway.
No, that's what I thought.
But no, you don't have to apologize about it at all. We're just happy you made some time to hop on. I know you're busy and you had a lot going on last year, but yeah, it was awesome, dude. We'll have to maybe someday do it in person. when you got a little bit more time, but I know you're pretty busy, so.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, man. We'll have to chat with you again.
Thank you.
This show is sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook and Casino. The NFL season is officially here, which means many ways to get in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Are you ready to place your first bet? Look no further than betting on Thursday Night Football. Bills, Dolphins. Bills coming in at underdogs at plus 114. The Dolphins minus 136. The pick is yours. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the best place to bet touchdowns. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN. That is code THPN to get $250 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 and get 1 month of NFL Plus premium on us. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in New Hampshire, Oregon, and Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball. NFL Plus Premium offer available only to new and former NFL Plus subscribers. Additional NFL Plus Premium terms at nfl.com/terms.
That was Mr. Ethan Semeniuk. He's fresh off, like I said earlier, fresh off a very, very successful WHL season, heading over to Saginaw for the Memorial Cup. Not the result they wanted to get, obviously, but
it was a trap.
Yeah, it was a trap. It was a trap. They went there, way too many sodas, mini golf. Nonetheless, Saginaw totally sewered them.
Yeah. World-class move out of Saginaw.
Yeah, honestly, they knew what they were doing.
Impressive.
They knew how to win.
And they came out on top.
They sure did. But no, Ethan was great. Gave us some insight on the Memorial Cup, WHL playoffs, so he was awesome. But let's hop into the game, because it's been a while. We've decided we're going to 10. At this very moment, I am up 9-8. This could be the last one we have on here for a while. We might move into some other games afterwards.
Yeah, I think we're going to switch it up where we kind of got a winner stays cycle going with rotating Jason and then winner stays. But I'm playing for my life
Playing for his life today. Jace has the coin. Should we flip it here?
Who wants to call?
Jace can do it off camera as long as...
Flip it, Jace.
I got it. Heads.
Bad flip.
Heads it is.
Sus flip. Only there's like 4 flips, maybe.
Give me
he
the
wants
rock.
The ball.
I want the ball.
All right. I'd love to see.
I might as well find out if I'm going to lose early.
So Jace picks the players now.
Yeah.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes. You can't look at it. I got to read it.
Oh, yeah. We're doing 3 minutes.
We're doing 3 minutes now.
A minute at each tier. You get different information at each tier for points-wise. Kind of figure it out as we go. You're just trying to guess the player based off the info.
Off the info. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm listening.
Okay. So this man started his career in 2013-14 with the New York Rangers. He played there until 2020 and then went to the Carolina Hurricanes, and he is now a Cane currently. You can have a look at the board now if you'd like.
Jesper Faust.
You got
bang, baby!
I was stumped. I was like,
who
is that?
Nope, I knew exactly who that was.
Wow.
Get that off my lawn. Switch that over. Get Dylan on there. That's 3 points.
I'm cooked.
I need Dylan to just not.
I'm cooked, bro. That's brutal. All right, I got my eyes closed now.
I was gonna get this one to Luke first.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I feel like this is gonna be a.
Luke, go ahead. Read this thing off.
Okay. 2011 split between the.
My.
Oh no, 2011-12 with the Dallas Stars. 12-13 split between the NHL and the A with the Dallas Stars. Stayed with Dallas up until 2016-17, where halfway through the season he was traded to Montreal. Until 2019 offseason, he moved to Vancouver. Halfway through the 2021 season, got traded to the Jets. Then next year went to the Wild, and then back to Toronto for the 22-23 season.
Back to Toronto. The Leafs is relevant. Ooh. Dallas, Montreal, Vancouver. My first instinct was like Alex Radulov, but it's definitely not him. Canucks, Jets, Wild, Leafs.
Yeah.
Stars, Canadians.
To recap, the teams are Stars, Canadians, Canucks, Jets, Wild, Leafs. Finished his career with the Leafs in 2023.
How much time do I have?
30 seconds.
Oh, goodness me. I am so stumped. Could this be a goalie?
Nope.
Yeah, I'll let you have that. No goalie. Not a goalie.
Oh, man.
It is a player.
And he's current, he's in the news.
What?
Oh?
In the news?
Hockey world news.
I don't know where he's trying to go with this.
I was going to say, am I out of time? Do I have one
3.
guess?
You have one guess.
Oh, I was going to say, Jake Vert. Nope, this isn't my guess, but I was thinking Jake Vertanen, but I know it's not.
Do you want me to go down to the next, or do you just want to hammer a shot?
You
can
can
go
give
to the
up.
next.
You
Go
can
to the
give-
next. I'm
Okay.
losing, but go to the next. I want to figure it out.
All I do is win.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Okay,
I've
now
no-
we're just gonna
I had
clues
no
for you guys
idea.
to try and
Canadian.
guess.
Yeah.
Undrafted. He played the BCHL.
Oh, we got a BCHL player.
He actually ended his year this year in Sweden.
Oh, played in Sweden this year. Went over to Sweden after the Maple Leafs.
He has a brother in the league.
Alex Nylander.
I'm
2020.
just
Well,
stumped.
he was stopped. Well, this was a year prior.
You got it.
No, I have no
I have
idea.
No clue. He's in the news.
Yeah.
I'm assuming this is no,
Because
that's
he's
way.
no longer in the league.
Because that's way too long ago. I was thinking 2018 team. Go to the next one. I have no idea.
I don't even know what else to give you.
Any hints you got? And
He is a
try and save
defenseman.
initials.
He's a brother.
a
Yeah, he's a brother in
D-man.
the league. He's a
He's a-
defenseman.
Played
pretty
for
big boy.
Toronto.
He's a pretty big boy.
Oh, is this Ben? What's
Yes.
his name?
Jordy Ben.
Jordy Ben.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he just
He
announced his
retired.
retirement.
Yeah.
I didn't know
I
that.
thought we
I-
were keeping up to date here, fellas.
Sorry,
Come on.
boys.
Well, if I'm gonna be honest, I totally thought he played in the NHL last year, and that was what was throwing me off.
I had no idea. That's hand up on me. I stink. Whatever. I mean,
I'll take a win.
that's
I
fine.
kind of wish I would have given it to Luke now.
We're pushing
I
it.
guess
To,
giving Luke another chance. Just
Yeah.
wanted-
Now we got
we're pushing it to game
a
7.
fake game 7 because
Yeah.
it's really game 19.
19, but
Best of 19, baby.
best
Here
of
we
19.
come.
Everybody knows the rules. Well, that was stupid. I hate that game. This game's not fun when I lose. I hate it.
It's fun when I win
I
though.
thought that was a great poll too. I seen it. And I was like,
It's
I
been a
think
while.
that was
I've been
fair.
I've been out of
I
the game a long time, boys. I've been out of the game a long
I,
time.
I think that was a fair one.
No,
I think we're
I
both
don't-
dumb for not getting Jordy.
I don't think I was in the right by not knowing it. Hand up, I was wrong. That's fine. Move on to
I'm
the next
surprised
thing.
he got as fast as he did.
Yeah. Okay, let's
Free
go to
agency.
Dylan. This is all you, buddy.
I want to rip the Band-Aid off as fast as possible, and I hate that I have to say it, but I do. The Edmonton Oilers did a great job in free agency this year. They got Victor Arvidsson. Corey Perry, the Worm, is back. Connor Brown was an impact in the playoffs. He is now back. Skinner re-signed. Janmark re-ups. I mean, this was good. This squad, this forward core, stayed good. Unfortunately, though, they did lose a couple guys. And a guy that I really like, Dylan Holloway. He is now blue. Philip Broberg, who just got paid a bit of money to go over to St. Louis.
A lot of money.
Pretty good. Pretty good for
Yeah.
the Blues.
They needed him on a cheap contract.
So, I respect that. But then again, the Oilers did a great job.
I want to shout
hate
them
it.
out for doing it GM-less.
Yeah, no GM. No GM.
Go figures. They've been having troubles with their GMs for the last however many years. You get rid of a GM. Crazy.
Like that. Henrique re-signed as well. So they got Matt Savoy in a trade in the offseason. Not even free agency related. They just got their best prospect in the pipeline. So Edmonton did a very good job. They re-signed Leon Draisaitl to a big ticket, which I think he's worth it.
Yep. No, I agree. I think he is. And
Very good hockey player.
your biggest problem now is you just got to get Darnell Nurse off of the books.
Get him off the books, man. They got to be getting close, but he's still getting paid. So, do you agree or disagree with Edmonton doing a good job? I think they did a pretty good job in my eyes.
I wish that they went out and did better defensively, but the signings that they had on the contracts that they got them on, great job. Fantastic job.
They didn't go out. They didn't need to make any big moves because they got their big dogs. They got depth. Victor Robertson, I think, is a very, very good right winger at the age he is. Maybe a little bit injury prone, coming off a couple injuries in LA. So be it.
Nice thing is Edmonton, you can afford him the rest.
You can very, very
give him
much.
40 games. You just need him for you need to be ready to go for the playoffs with this team.
Yeah. So, I think, Arvidsson's a gamer. They're still a good squad. They're gonna run the Pacific here for the next few years, and it sucks.
Yeah, I love it personally.
It sucks. Should I bounce it between winners and losers, or should I go straight winners, straight losers?
You can bounce back and forth, whatever you want flows best.
Speaking of the Pacific, the Los Angeles Kings absolutely botched, and I mean botched, the free agency. They signed Joel Edmondson to, I think it was 4 years. 3.25 maybe. I have to go look at it. Hold on, let me find it. Edmondson. Here we go. 4 years, almost $4 million annual for a guy that is not great at hockey.
No.
He's a guy that is very good defensively, or possibly used to be. He's now older. No offense to him. Long career in the NHL.
Good for him signing a ticket.
Good for him. Just taking Rob Blake's money.
Seems to be a common theme.
Warren Fogle signed. I don't hate that signing.
No.
It's not a bad one.
It just hurts when you're looking at Arvidsson compared to Fogle.
To Warren Fogle, so be it. Phoenix Copley. Trevor Lewis signed again. He's like 80. I don't know why he signed. The Kings signed a bridge deal with Quentin Byfield, though. That was a good signing.
That was a good contract, too.
It's a good signing. He's young, up and coming. Had a relatively breakout year last year, so that was good to see. Jordan Spence signed a 2-year contract, right-handed defenseman. I think he's going to be pretty solid. They have Brant Clark as well. I think you'll see Spence kind of quarterback the second power play. And he'll slot in as that second right-handed defenseman for the next few years. So, all in all, pretty good signing with the two young guys, but a bit of a head-scratcher bringing back Trevor Lewis and
Edmondson
and Warren Fogle. I don't know, he's been pretty solid in Edmonton. But I think...
But they lost because they're the Kings.
I think all in all, that's not what you want to do when you have Kopitar and Doughty. Seeing the clock ticking, I think the whole MO over the last few years was to get back into contention, and they really haven't contended. They've got in, and they've done nothing. So, definitely some moves that you kind of looked at and went, questionable, but nonetheless, Kings did Kings things, and they're going to stay mediocre, and that's how this game's going to be. I can't wait to wait another month and watch them play the 1-3-1 again for the next 7 months. So, we're done talking about them. Let's go to a winner
don't
here.
get them fired up about the 1-3-1.
Don't get me started about the 1-3-1.
Just ask all the people at Country Thunder.
Carolina. You winners, you. Good for them. I enjoyed what they did at the deadline. Brought back Martinook. I think he's a more than solid defenseman. He's going to do great things in Carolina still. Shane Gostisbehere, maybe not where he once was.
Yeah, not who he used to be.
In his time, but nonetheless, I don't hate Shane
Not if he's going to be there as a third pairing.
If he's going to be there as your 5th, 6th defenseman, good on you. And which I think he is, because Sean Walker signed a 5-year ticket there as well. I think he's a pretty solid right-handed shot. That's going to be on the back end, so I think they did a pretty good job with their back end, getting a few guys locked up for the next few years. You put Rod the Bod back there on that bench, and he's going to do some pretty good things. So I think Carolina did what they needed to do.
What happened with Gensel?
Gensel is also there.
He's still there.
Yeah.
Like they
no, he's not.
No, he's not. He went to Tampa, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
He's in Tampa.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was just making sure before you gave him a big grade that.
No. He's in Tampa. Tampa, bit of a question mark. I didn't throw him on the list. I didn't think they were too big of a winner or too big of a loser to throw on there, but Martinikas signed as well in Carolina.
That's a big signing for them. Yeah.
So, yeah.
I spent a lot of time trying to do hot challenges, trying to get that guy on my team, and
yeah, it was.
I had to bring in Sully to do it, but shout out Saul. Thanks, buddy.
Out Saul. Just putting you on in his backpack there to get you a hut card that you might have used twice.
I used it a lot that Christmas actually.
That Christmas?
Yeah. That was about a week.
Yeah, that was about a week. I think I came back from Christmas break and we might have played Chell twice.
Yeah. Then we moved on to Chell 18.
Chell 18.
Long live Chell 18.
Best game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carolina, at the end of the day, they're, going to be contenders. They've been contenders for a while, so.
They're as long as they can stay away from the injury bug.
I don't know if they moved the needle a ton, but they got some guys, and I think.
They're still working on trying to get their young core developed too, right?
Yeah, because they are deep in the prospect pool. Very, very deep in the prospect pool. So, yeah, I think Carolina did a good job, and I don't need to talk about them anymore.
Jace, do you have a piece that you want to...
Yes.
Yeah, I think they did pretty good. They recouped. They had a lot of guys that they were supposed to lose.
Okay. Jace thinks they did not bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is I don't think they moved the needle, but they did what they needed to.
Yeah, okay. I agree.
I think they did a good job. My next loser is the Seattle Kraken. I think bringing in Montour, not bad. The Chandler Stevenson contract, I hated a ton.
I really like him too as a player, and that's just way too much money.
It's not even the money that I was worried about, it's the length.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't it
old.
like 8 years?
8 years. He's pretty old.
Jace, can we get a fact check on how old Chandler Stevenson is?
I think he's like 31.
I want to say he's up there too.
Great
player.
Not a bad player whatsoever.
No, unreal player.
But I also think
30.
Yeah, so he'd be 38 at the end of his contract. And I don't see him as one of those guys that's going
to be worth as much as he is when he's 38.
Older. So, nonetheless, I don't mind Montour. Not bad. They brought back Matty Beniers, 7 years. He's a stud. He's a stud. So, good on them. Eli Tolvanen, I like him a lot. For some reason, I think he's just like a depth piece that he can go out and score like 20 goals or something random, and you'll be like, oh, that was a nice piece to the puzzle. He's not going to be a stud, but rips the pill.
Yep.
And he can score. So, I think all in all, not bad, but the Stevenson contract is what really threw me into the losers bracket. It was one where you kind of seen the deal go out, and you were like, ooh, maybe not that long of a contract I'd give him, but I think maybe 5 years.
But,
yeah. 35, sure.
Oh, yeah. But good for him for collecting a bag and some security.
Collect a check. I respect that a ton.
And he's earned it. He's been underpaid in Vegas for way too long.
Yeah, 100%. And I think maybe moving him into the more focal point of an offense is kind of what threw my brain off a little bit. If he has to be the main piece in Seattle.
You wonder if he can be a main piece? I hope he can be.
Yeah.
I want to see him do well. But
I actually really like the Vegas roster, and I like most of the guys on it. So, yeah. Again, don't think it was awful, but the whole Stevenson thing really threw me off. But the Kraken didn't. Yeah, I didn't love what they did. Didn't love what they did, but getting Beniers back was big. Now to the big dog of free agency, the Nashville Predators. Say what you want. Give me Stammer on that squad. Think about how good that power play is.
That top six is so unbelievably scary.
Marchessault, Stamkos, Yossi on the power play. That first power play is going to be disgusting. So, you can say, oh, Stammer's old, Stammer's hurt. I don't know, man. If I want a guy to go score
he's
some
been
goals,
a good vet the last couple of years. He's redeemed his villain curve. He's
been a solid vet. Brady Shea signed there as well.
That, I think, is a great pickup.
I think he's pretty solid. So, I think they did a pretty good job with the big three. Backup goalie, Scott Wedgwood. I don't mind that at all. You're going to have UC Saros. Actually, yeah. What do you think, goalie guy? I don't mind Wedgwood as a backup if he has to soak 20 games.
Jace thinks he's old.
Okay.
We don't know. I mean, I'd rather them just have Askarov as their backup.
Yeah, that's a tough loss.
I picked the San Jose.
Dude.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You picked the Sharks as a loser?
Nope, I picked the Sharks as a winner. But I'll get to this.
Okay.
If Saros is going to play
50 games,
50
55.
games, and you have to have Scott Wedgwood play 20 games.
Yeah.
And if he can be
serviceable behind a very good team.
If he can be 500, I mean,
he has a good history.
I think he'll be.
He was always good in those Dallas.
Yeah, I think he'll be good. He has to clean up his setup a little bit. I didn't love the one in Dallas, but that's for another day. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, Nashville did a pretty good job. Maybe a little bit old, but I think they could have some guys to maybe push. I mean, you sign a big ticket to your goalie, UC Saros. You're obviously expecting to be a contender here in the near future, so I think you go get bona fide superstar Steven Stamkos, Jonathan Marchessault, just a literal purebred playoff performer.
Yeah, he's a dog.
Going to go out and do a job and add Brady Shea to bolster your defense. I don't mind that whatsoever.
Yeah, that should definitely bump them up a tier when it looks at going into the playoffs.
Yeah, I think so, and I think...
I mean, they're in the Central, right?
Yeah.
That's still a scary Central division to try and get through, but...
Yeah. No, the Central is going to be a bit of a gauntlet for sure, but I think they got some pieces, and they moved into a better spot for sure to find themselves in a playoff contender.
I agree. I like that pick.
My last loser, the Detroit Red Wings. I think they're getting to a point in their Yzerplan rebuild where it's about time you get guys to come in. And they just didn't. I think the free agent pool was pretty old when you look at most of the names. But they didn't really do much. They got a 77-year-old goalie in Cam Talbot. I didn't understand that. That seemed like a waste of money. Vladimir Tarasenko. I mean, it's kind of over for him too.
Yeah, his Ottawa days hurt me.
He did win a cup last year, so. But yeah, they didn't make any moves where I was like, and you know what? Maybe Detroit isn't in a position to win anytime soon, but I feel like we've been talking about this Detroit rebuild for years.
Yeah, and you think when Yzerman comes in, you're like, okay, he's going to turn the ship around. And then you wait, and then all these drafts, you're like, trust the Yzer plan. And he seems to be just drafting the same player in the first round.
Over and over. And they've been consistently stuck in the middle of the pack. So, I don't know. But they have, like, Moritz Seider, Lucas Raymond, Dylan Larkin, who's their captain. Like, at some point, you got to start winning.
Got to turn a corner.
And they have guys like Michael Brandsegg-Nygaard, who just came in, and Nate Danielson. And they have guys that could probably come in and be very serviceable forwards that can make an impact. And I feel like we're getting close to that time in the Detroit timeline. So, yeah, they didn't. Maybe next year's the year they make moves in free agency, but this year they were just giving money out, in my eyes. Tarasenko, Talbot. Maybe they're.
And it was very similar to what they did last year. It's almost like they're bridging.
Yeah, they're bridging.
They're bridging to try and get to something,
but how many more years can they bridge is the question.
That you don't know, because a lot of these guys are 1-year contracts, 2-year contracts.
Yeah.
Like where does the bridging gonna stop? Who else has to emerge out of their system?
I know. So
when Nate emerges, that's when they're gonna be like, yeah, we're going.
Better interview your guy. So yeah, you have like Jonathan Berggren. Like the Swedish guys are starting to the Euros. It's about time. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Who's the Axel Sandin Pellikka?
Yeah.
Like you have guys that are gonna come in the next year or two and be studs. So
maybe that's what they're bridging for.
They must be bridging.
You hope.
But I just didn't like the 2-year contracts to Tarasenko to Talbot. It seemed there might be bigger losers, but that was kind of the one that caught my eye, and I was like,
I don't hate that call.
I could go without it.
To be fair, I don't remember free agency enough to question you on any of it anyway. So go ahead.
Actually, I do have one more loser. The Philadelphia Flyers. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
What do you mean? They got Mitchkov over to. They're almost a winner just for that.
Yeah, Mitchkov over to North America's big. One more thing in free agency. The last winner. I have 2 winners from the Pacific Division, and it is the San Jose Sharks. But before I hop into them being a winner, the Askarov trade was dumb. No right-handed goalie's good, and you cannot tell me otherwise. Name me one good right-handed goalie.
I don't know goalies well enough.
Thank you.
Oh, we got Jace on the spot.
Look it up,
oh,
Jace.
Baby, here we go.
Right-handed goalie.
Jace, you think about it. You get back to us.
It's the Anaheim goalie that won the not right-handed goalie.
J.S. Giguere.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was.
I have no idea.
Fact check.
Only one I know is Grant Fuhr.
Pretty darn good.
Yeah. I mean, think about all the really good left-handed goalies.
Yeah, because that's every goalie's left-handed. You look at the percentage of goalies that are right-handed. That's a percentage number.
Think about it. J.S. Giguere. Didn't he win the Conn Smythe when they lost?
Yeah.
See, right-handed goalie couldn't win.
And he's not even a righty.
Yeah,
he's a left-handed goalie.
There's not one right-handed goalie in history where I go, I'm comfortable with you being my guy.
Logan Thompson was a dog.
Logan Thompson was a serviceable right-handed.
What am I kidding? Steve Mason.
Steve Mason.
Steve Mason was pretty good. He was solid in his
good pull. I respect Steve Mason a lot.
It sounds like we got some there's good percentage-wise, there's some good right-handed goalies.
But also, think about growing up, how many times do you see a left catch goalie?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean percentages-wise. You don't see a lot of offhand goalies.
Yeah.
How many, play the numbers.
Exactly. How many do you see that are good?
Yeah, but there's going to be some.
And Askarov.
And Askarov might be one of them. Believe it or not, I don't trust your opinion. I trust Jace's.
I understand.
He's kept me solid, and when we've been picking teams, when we're watching tryouts and stuff, Jace has been my guy for goalies.
They didn't even move a lot at all. They did sign him. I just think it's funny because I have a big hatred for right-handed glove goalies. So, nonetheless, Tyler Toffoli
We should make you play right-handed goalie in beer league, just because you said that. Okay. When Askarov turns
then
into
I can shoot right-handed. I am right-handed.
Fun fact: Kevo, he's a right-handed.
Kev's
shot,
offhand,
but he played normal, so he had to flip hands to play the puck.
For all the people that don't know who Kev is,
Jace's dad.
Okay,
flips the stick around to shoot the puck as a goalie.
That's good. I like that a lot.
Right.
All right, didn't know that.
Anyways, Tyler Toffoli signs in San Jose.
Yeah,
good veteran presence for. I hope he plays with Celebrini. That'd be fun.
No, I think that'd be really cool
because I think you'll see Toffoli score 30 and.
You let Toffoli go with Celebrini and Smith.
Yeah, that's a veteran presence. There really wasn't anything else that really. I mean, Alex Wenberg signed there. Just a few veteran moves, nothing crazy.
Just helping them along in the rebuild.
When I put them in the free agency winner, I really meant to say summer winner.
Their draft was so good.
So good.
Do you think Dickinson comes in and plays? Will he play this year?
No, he'll go back to London, I think. So, Thomas Bordelot, I would like Thomas Bordelot a lot, actually. I think he can be pretty good in that middle six, bottom six role. So, nothing really crazy. Ty Dellandrea, I think, also went there.
Good segue, though, because I wanted to talk about Will Smith and Celebrini living with Marleau and Jumbo Joe.
Two Shark legends.
So sick.
Unfortunately, two Shark legends that didn't win anything.
That crossed my mind when I saw it. I was like, you know what, Celebrini living with Jumbo Joe, that's a vet right there. All-time great.
Sounds like two losers.
Yeah. And then I was like, perfectly good with Jumbo Joe. And then they said Marleau. And I was like, that is the core that couldn't win. Get it done. I mean, been there, done that. 20 years. They know what doesn't work.
They know what doesn't work. No, they are definitely not losers. Very, very bona
very
fide NHL careers.
Players.
If there are two guys you want to go live under the same roof with, it'd be those two. So
Will Smith joins the elite group of Marleau children.
Yes.
Which is Matthews and Marner.
Extremely elite. So, yeah, I think the Sharks did well in the summer. Didn't do anything crazy in free agency. I just wanted to kind of touch on the Sharks again because, damn, did they do? They did some good things, and I hated it. So
yeah, no, that's fair because Pacific gets stronger. But I got a couple news headlines that we're going to talk about briefly. We'll make some picks, and
Make some picks and get
Send you guys on your merry way. First one, Pac-Man headed to Toronto. Pacioretty. Do we think it's going to happen? That's the way it's been trending.
I haven't heard about it once before you mentioned it to me today, so I have no idea.
Jace, have you seen this?
No.
Okay, maybe I'm out to lunch, but I've seen a bunch of people posting about Nick Robertson signing and then probably getting used as trade bait. And then also the Pacioretty. It sounds like both sides want him to sign in Toronto. Like, he wants to be there. Toronto wants him there.
Weird being a long-time Montreal Canadian. Seems odd.
Yeah, no, I have no idea. Maybe I'm out to lunch. I think I'd like to see it happen. Just because they have a history of signing old boys, and it just never works for them. Because they'll probably lose again.
That's okay. They try really, really hard.
And, yeah, I'm just, again, Toronto. The other one, I want to talk about Laine with Montreal. What kind of season is he going to have?
Oh, I hate that I have hope for Laine. I really do, and I hate it.
He was at his best with a Canadian team.
I hate that Canadians team is sneaky good.
How's he going to play video games when all of the people he's playing with speak French?
You know what's funny is, could be a problem for Laine. They got a young squad over there. The boys would probably love to play Fortnite with him.
True. You bring up a point, but I feel like St. Louis can get those. If anyone's going to get those young boys on the straight and narrow, and Laine is just going to fall in line.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I just have a weird amount of hope.
Their team might be
sneaky fun.
Yeah,
frisky squad.
Other than they are so soft in the goalie department.
Yeah,
maybe. Yes, I think they are. Because it's Montembeault and
is Montembeault there still? Jake Allen.
I'm pretty sure.
I have no idea.
I don't know. He was their backup at some point.
I don't keep tabs on the Montreal Canadiens.
I think they'll be sneaky good.
Yeah, I think. Oh, yeah, they're gonna be.
I would love to see him go back to being a 45.
If I had to pick a team in the East to watch and kind of cheer for, I think I'm rocking with Montreal.
See, I hate Montreal so much, but they're gonna be good.
Cade Primo.
Oh,
Primo.
They have a sneaky good prospect.
Sneaky good. No, Jacob Fowler is good.
So they've got some good prospects. If those goalies can develop sooner than later, we could be looking at a Montreal team that's returning to glory.
Fowler put up stupid numbers at BC last year. He's a dog.
Yeah.
No, he's a dog.
He'll be good.
He's one of the highest prospects.
Yeah, he's gonna be good. So
just depends how fast he can get to that next level. Because they're gonna need him in 2 or 3 years.
I think that's the perfect timetable for Jacob Fowler. Is 2 to 3 years.
Perfect. Well,
I think he's 19 this year. Yeah, I think he's gonna be nice, man.
He's a 2004.
Yeah, 04.
Ooh,
04 born.
It's going into his 20 year.
Yeah, he's gonna leave college. Oh man, get one more year of college under his belt. Oh, the Canadians are gonna be.
That's good, and their decor's so big and good too.
And oh, they're gonna be good.
Oh, I don't like knowing that Montreal might be half decent.
They're gonna be good.
All right. Okay. Other piece of Montreal news. Super cool of Cole Caulfield wearing number 13.
Oh, yeah, super awesome. As somebody who wore 13 throughout minor hockey and whatever sport I played, super, super cool to see somebody pay homage to Johnny Gaudreau like that. Just the number 13, you'll just kind of think of Johnny Gaudreau for as long as possible.
We went and saw the
memorial.
The memorial outside the Saddle Dome, and that was super cool to see everyone bringing out all the purple Gatorade and
Skittles and everything. Super touching, super emotional. It's one of those things that you don't ever expect. It's what do you mean? You kind of look at these guys like they're invincible. They're just
they are bigger than life, most of them.
Yeah, they're celebrities. They're idols to everybody, and a super, super sad thing to have to go through as, fans and people that look up to these guys, and I couldn't even imagine being their family. So super, super sad scenario, but super, super cool to dampen the mood. By Caulfield switching numbers, I think it's very cool as a smaller guy like himself to be able to pay homage.
Yeah, a guy that he looked up to his whole career and
absolutely
got to play with at the international level eventually, and super cool to be able to do that. Just wanted to say that because that was a very cool piece going into the year.
Absolutely.
And now we'll say something that gets Dylan real mad. PLD in Washington. He's going to get 70 points this year.
That's funny. I mean, if his only job is to feed Ovi, he get 70 apples.
Yeah, I think Ovi will whip him into shape just because Ovi's like, hey,
Russian
I need
machine.
to score 30 goals this year, and I need you to get me the puck. And
Russian machine, baby.
Ovi would scare the hell out of me.
Ovi's going to get PLD on the Subway Hot Cheetos diet.
Yeah, did you see him skating around his sty at Washington camp?
That guy's incredible.
Tongues out, just like straight out of 2007.
Yeah.
He has not changed.
We need him. We need the mirror advisor back in the worst way.
God, that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's kind of my last piece of news, I think, before we go to our picks.
Do we really have to talk about football now?
We're gonna do it quick before we get out of here.
Football's back. For some of you, that's awesome. For others, it's the worst time of year. I hate football.
Dylan's a Giants fan.
I hate football.
He gave up on his team halfway through the first half. Halfway through the first half. That'd be the first quarter.
Yeah, that. They did it again last year. First drive looked good, and then it all fell down. Same thing this year. First drive, and then it all fell down. So, yeah, football is back. I love football. I love fantasy football.
I don't love fantasy football. Fantasy football is my New York Giants. I went 0-3 this first week, and
Jace in 2 matches lost by like a combined 3 points. So
I hate kickers.
Jake Moody was awesome.
Yeah.
But football's back. Luke in our pick'em pool went 15-1.
Yeah,
he picked.
I missed on the Cincy game.
The Cincy game. I think everybody in North America did.
Yeah.
So don't feel too bad.
Oh yeah.
Football is back though. The NFL is back. One of the most exciting times for sports is September. College football.
Baseball playoffs.
Everything's coming back, man.
Yeah. Basketball gets going right away.
So, exciting times in the household. Football's on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Thursday. Hockey's coming back. It's about damn time.
Yeah.
So,
but in honor of that, and the DraftKings stuff, we didn't talk about anything today. We're gonna touch on that. Do we talk about it now? We probably throw this in at the start of the episode, or
oops.
If
If you're watching this and watching our confusion,
you probably already know what we're going to say.
You probably already know what we're talking about. We have partnered with the Hockey Podcast Network. Don't know how we didn't touch on this, really. So dumb. Super cool. Lots of podcasts within the network. We're super excited to kind of collaborate with all the guys and whatnot. But, yeah, we're going to throw an ad read in somewhere in this video.
There should be 2.
Sorry about this. This is way off base. But anyways, we'll get back to it. We're going to make some NFL picks.
Yeah.
The boys are going to pick 3 from the NFL this upcoming week. Football is back on Thursday.
Me being 15-1, I'm starting.
Luke being 15-1 is going to go first. So.
Yeah. We're taking Texans. Nope. Texans spread.
Ooh.
They're going over the Bears. Bears defense just isn't going to have the day they had last Sunday because that was ridiculous, them scoring 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
And Caleb Williams did not look great.
All right.
So,
Jace, go
Texans
ahead.
over Bears.
You had a better record than me in the pick'em, so.
All right, I'm just going to go with a nice little Waddle anytime tutty.
Wow. Oh, my God.
I love that for
Going
fantasy.
into his bag.
I love that for fantasy. I'm dumb.
Ignore this pick, really.
And I'm going back to the well. The New York Giants are winning a football game on Sunday. So you best believe Daniel Jones, Mr. Vanilla Vic himself, is going to find a way to win a football game. He owns the Commanders, dude. He's like 8-1 and against them in his...
There's a better Daniel in this game.
Mr. Jaden
Daniels.
Daniels.
Mr. Jaden Daniels.
He's a dog. But yeah, give me the Giants. So what do we got? We got Texans minus 6.
Texans, I think it's -7 now, but
ooh, move the needle.
Yep.
Jalen Waddle, stud, gonna score a touchdown, and the New York Football Giants to, by the grace of God, win a football game. That's kind of it though. Football's back. We're back.
We're excited.
Who's back? We're back.
Should be a golf video coming out right away.
Golf video Friday. I stink. and didn't cause any property damage, by the way. But nonetheless, episode 20 in the books. Wow.
It feels good.
Feels great. I'm going to get to editing. Nonetheless, thank you all for watching. We're up on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, you name it. You can find us anywhere. So thanks again for watching. We'll catch you guys next week. Go Birds!